The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, back to Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. It's probably a pretty good sign here in the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They're such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. James Bradbury there to make the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And some space here. Touchdown, Packers! Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, but now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more.
McCann's got it teed up. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Room here to run. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Finding room at midfield, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid, just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Flushed out right. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
These two teams all tied after one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
Sanders shaking and baking. And some room to work. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Ready. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 34 yards. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag, and they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Rodgers now on 1st down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Rodgers with a give, and the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Hey, take 26.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now it's Rodgers. Looking for right, and he finds him. Touchdown! Brock Wright, 47 yards. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
On 2nd and 12, Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
19 tight, 19 tight. Drop 50, drop 50.
Here's Hurts to throw. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown with his second touchdown here in this first half as they have taken the lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Kaiser White. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A good push there from that offensive line as Sanders able to take that forward for a gain of about 6 on first down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 60
Second down, back to Sanders. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Hurts. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And that flag accepted.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket.
Boy, you better be glad they're my corner and my D tackle out, boy.
Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
What? Well, nigga, what am I doing?
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they get the guard, John Runyon. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw is Rodgers. Open man, Amari Rodgers complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Good deal, homie.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And maybe a measure.
Hey, nigga, what are you talking about, man? You crazy, bro. You really crazy, bro.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check match, check match. Check contact, check contact. 79 Broncos, Dragon 60.
They're going to look to throw. He's got a man complete. And
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Warrior 70.
Now back to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you get momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Throwing on second and long. Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Ready, go.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long.
Press all 80.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on third down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it first and goal.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Once again with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 4 yards remain for second down. Now Rodgers. Finds his receiver, Watson. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 51 yards. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. McCann's got it teed up. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Ready?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. 120 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. An option handoff given to Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Okay, ready?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts going to keep it again. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Always got some breathing room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
Come on.
They'll turn to Sanders. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short And they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. That's taken in by Watson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Rodgers again now. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to second and one is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go again with Scott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Buffalo 18. Hey, check that. Street.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Go check.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders. 26 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And that will